welcome to the Rocket Punch Gaming Podcast. I am Carl Lipscomb, and today I'm joined solely by the bearded Buddha, John Giles.
That's not how the intro goes. Hello!
Yes, the intro's changed. Okay. That's what I said.
Welcome to Sex Cell.
Okay,
There's your soundbite right there.
Right, so,
Good start.
did you know the man with the world's largest penis is called Jonas Falcon?
No, I'm not.
Sorry, that was at the top of this article. This thing, which I'm just reading, is about the world's biggest condom. That I guess is a hot air balloon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it's much bigger than any normal hot air balloon as well. The condom itself is 120-foot long inflatable rubber, and it actually flies. It was built by a safe sex group called Condom Fly. Why the hell is a safe sex group unless they named themselves around this one thing?
Okay.
It's stupid. And will take to the skies on a 5-continent, 100-city world tour on December 1st. The French hope this dirigible prophylactic will come to be known as the Goodyear blimp of safe sex. It can carry 3 people plus a pilot, and when it hits the United States, I've already asked to go. That's just bullshit. The guys talking. Yeah.
Well, that's a thing.
Do you really think that's going to promote safe sex in any way?
I think it's funny.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would... Look, a flying condom. Suddenly we should... I feel like using protection now.
I am convinced.
You flew one around the world, so I must use it. You've sold me.
Giant condom, your argument is invalid.
To be fair, I've always, in regards to condom, thought, as the American one, Trojan, is that not a terrible name for a condom?
Oh, I know.
Bearing in
That's
mind,
what I thought.
Like the Trojan horse, right? What did that do? That allowed...
people to get inside.
That allowed millions of unwanted guests to escape and penetrate.
Millions of...
Yeah, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
the complete opposite of what a condom's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Why call it that?
A Trojan condom surely implies that it's going to have a hole in it.
You call my condoms knocked up. It's not...
Accidental baby.
Surprise child. No, it's not a good name, and I've always thought it was really stupid. I mean, I guess it sounds manly, but I don't know. Call it Spartan or something. That's a bit cooler. Don't call it Trojan. That's...
Yeah. I don't know. Isn't their logo a Spartan helmet or something?
Something like that.
I think it is.
But that'd be an amazing thing to yell at the start of sex. This is Sparta!
Just kick him in the vagina.
Look, if she's stupid enough to put up with you doing things like that, then, you know, that's a keeper right there. If you can yell, this is Sparta, and then, like, jump on her, and she doesn't kick you out of bed, keep that one. She's a good one.
Yeah, it's a like Trojan, Spartan, Greek kind of helmet. So they could have just gone with that whole theme, but like Spartan. Stupid. It really is stupid.
Yeah.
And apparently a site that sells them is called Rip and Roll.
It's not much better.
No, really not.
America.
Don't they have... I don't know if this is true. I swear I saw something that says, like, there's no small or medium sizes. It's all, like, large, extra large and stuff because... They want you to think, like, oh, yeah, I'm bigger.
Well, that's because, what self-respecting man is going to walk in and go, packet of small condoms, please.
Yeah, it's a good marketing trick if that's true. Like,
yeah, but then you're
large,
like the fucking...
extra
It's the same as their fucking coffees in America. And they have, like... They rather than call them small, medium, large, they start off at grand and then get bigger.
No, that's not grand. It's grande.
Grande, which is fucking... Like, but yeah.
No, it's just Italian. It's just...
But they're just big sounding...
That's just Italian.
But they don't call them like small, medium, large. They're like big, bigger, biggest.
No, I'm pretty sure it's just the normal Italian names.
Bullshit.
No, I don't even think it's that. I think it's the Italian names for the measurement for the amount of ounces it is.
I just always just got the impression.
Yeah, I think it's the Italian measurement of like 12 ounce.
Do you know what I did discover the other day? And I've now tested this, and it's fucking true. Never buy large drinks from fast food chains.
Okay.
Because it's the same as a medium.
Yeah.
Exactly the same amount of liquid. You're paying for a bigger cup. You're paying for a taller cup.
I'm sure I saw a test about this, and you're wrong.
No, I tested it myself. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
I saw a thing about it on the internet. I was like, that's funny. And then I bought a large Coke. This is when I had sibling round. I got like a large Coke and a medium Coke. And he drank his medium Coke. I was like, fucking give me your empty cup. So he gave me his empty cup. And then I poured my untouched, because Rory next thing is like a fucking rugby player. He was like, thwomp, gone. And then I poured my large Coke into his medium cup. And it fucking filled it. No spillage, nothing. It's the exact same amount of liquid. I mean, I'll admit, I saw it online, and I was like, that's funny. And then, yeah, literally, he'd come up to mine to play some video games. And yeah, it just crossed my mind. I was like, fucking give me your empty cup. Bloosh. It's true. It's fucking true. I'm never buying a large again. Because let's be honest, all they ever give you, it's not like you get a bigger burger. It's like, I want large, so you get a few more chips, and apparently the same size drink. For the extra, whatever it is, 30, 40... something pence. Bullshit.
I don't know.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know. But sizes change between different places and...
Isn't that right, ladies? What was the penis joke?
Sizes change between different countries and stuff, so I think the guy that I heard, it was an American thing. I don't know. So do you want to move on to last week of our life?
Yes. It's like...
Do you want to start?
I was going to say, am I allowed to go? Or
Yeah.
Last time I was on, got abuse and... Well, I'm going to defy you first of all and, say, shout out to Emma, David and Toby for listening. Ah.
No, that's fine. That's fine, I guess.
And Demi, because she might listen.
But only if they watch.
David watches. Hi, David. And your weird little baby guru. But I told my little sister, Emma.
He should get a monkey and call it Guru Rilla.
I hope you appreciate that joke, David. Because I know he's listening.
Obviously, you can actually get a gorilla and call it Guru Rilla.
Because
you can't own a gorilla. It's ridiculous.
But a regular sized monkey.
Yeah. Or a bonobo, and it will just try and have sex with you the entire time.
So anyway, the last week of my life.
The last week of our lives. I think I changed that, did I? I can't remember.
Well, I'm changing it back. I'm going to force jingles on you whether you like it or not. I I don't know. Mostly working. We're incredibly short-staffed at the moment. Come get a job. Come apply for a job. We've got jobs coming.
Okay, sweet, sure.
Yeah. David, Toby, get him a job. But yeah, we've got. We've all been working way too much. So I've been doing that, and obviously the child and things. Although this week I've not really. The only game I've really got a chance to play. I played some Forza Horizon 2. Forza Horizon 2.
When did you get that?
I bought it off some person.
Oh, because you just do this now, don't you?
Yeah,
and then don't let me go.
People on those Facebook pages, they're like stuff for sale in the area.
You know, just because people advertise things doesn't mean you have to buy it.
I have a weakness. This is why I don't go on eBay.
Something is available. You have to buy it.
Look, the amount of things I have on my shelves, like some of the book I now have all the.
Just realised that's just dead.
Hello. I now have all the Warcraft. I've got all the Warcraft books, and there's still 4 I haven't read, but I'm not reading anything at the moment. I've got all 4 of the what's the word? When you get like comics and then you get
Gigolo.
It's not annual. It's Gigolo. I've got all the Warcraft Gigolo books.
No, I was saying you have Gigolos in your house.
I have that too. What's the word? Oh shit! What's the word? It's not annual. It's
Graphic novel.
Yeah. Sort of like where they've got the comics but in one book.
Yeah, graphic novel.
Because the Warcraft ones, they split it into 4.
The people in the biz call it. Yo.
Are you in the biz?
No.
But yeah, and I've only read 2 of them, and I've got all 4. In fact, no, I've got the other ones now. I've now got Bloodsworn and the other one that name always escapes me.
Do you have the one that Liz has?
Yes.
Oh, is that Bloodsworn?
Yes.
God damn it.
Ha! But I've just got that one and the other one that's completely escaped me right now. But it's just because they're there, and I'm like, well, I keep buying fucking pop. You don't have any, but the pop figure things.
Attack on Titan film.
But getting to that later. Fucking last week of my life.
Sorry, I was just thinking about you buying Attack on Titan mangas, and then
I have all the manga for that as well. I want the new one. I want the new series. But yes, we'll get onto the movie later because we saw the trailer of that this week, and it was fucking cool.
Or did we?
And even saw a fucking car advert that was themed off of it, which was incredible.
Yes.
It was brilliant. But yeah, I guess other than working on Friday night, I was invited, and it had nothing to do with the fact that I could drive. Invited to go to London and back to watch a gig, which was fun. That was All Time Low.
Was it All Time Low?
Yeah.
They're still around?
Yeah.
Are they at an All Time Low now?
I liked All Time
surely
Low.
Have to be.
They're okay. They're good. I saw them a couple of years back, and they're good. It was quite funny, actually, because when I said I was going to it, Demi, at work, didn't believe me. I was like, yeah, they've offered me a ticket. If I'll drive, then I can have their 3rd ticket to go to London and back. To go see All Time Low. I was like, yeah, I'm up for that. And she's like, what was the band? I was like, All Time Low. And she's like, no, really, what's the band? Like, All Time Low. He's like, you don't like All Time Low. You're like some weird metalhead or something. Fuck you.
What? That's not
exactly.
you.
He's like, fuck you. I'll listen to what the hell I like. I like All Time Low. I saw them ages ago.
Dom listens to loads of emo shit. And
I listen to all
punk.
kinds of nonsense. Look at my fucking
Pop punk emo shit.
I've got stuff like I've got music ranging from like Arch Enemy and Atreyu all the way down to fucking Kylie Rae Jepsen and N-Dubs. So like, don't tell me what I can't fucking listen to.
You're singing Fall Out Boy.
I was singing the Fall Out Boy walking to the shops. Exactly. I have atrocious
annoying.
music taste. But yeah, so I went to see them on Friday with friends because I drive. And then last night I was out late with Sarah and Swally. Watching a kickboxing event, and I tell you what, it was awesome. It was like a 3-hour event up at one of the big centres by the hospital, and some of the adult fights were really good, and kind of harsh in some cases, but some of those kids scared the shit out of me. There's kids there that they don't look any bigger than fucking Offspring. I wouldn't steal their lunch money. They're horrifying. They're just really, really going for it. And obviously, they got a lot.
I'm worrying that you would go around and stealing just normal kids' lunch money now.
Yeah,
I just
you
don't even need it. Like,
I just beat up.
You just don't
kids.
want them to have lunch.
Give me your lunch money. You're fat enough. No, like I mean, the main event. I was expecting last time the main event was actually sort of fight of the night, and there's one of the guys that goes to Sarah and Charlie's kickboxing lot. A guy called Nathan, and he had fight of the night, the last one, and it was incredible. And he had a fucking good fight this time as well, and his was the sub main event. But the main event was these two girls who can't have been older than 12 for a belt. One was Irish and one was English.
Yeah.
And it was like the Irish girl had the belt, and it was like some whatever weight they are, like fucking ant weight. International girls this weight championship. Just the Irish girl who was the champion versus the English girl who ultimately, spoiler alert, she ultimately won. That was a fucking hell of a fight. Like I watch all kinds of bits and pieces online and stuff like UFC and stuff like that. This was a fucking brutal fight. Like these 12-year-old girls, I wouldn't.
Was it like a WWE Divas match?
It was exactly what one of those isn't. It couldn't have been more opposite. No, seriously, I wouldn't fucking pick on them. It was brutal and it was insane, and both of them. I mean, it was quite funny actually. We were chatting about it afterwards, and like the girl that lost the belt to the English girl, the Irish girl, obviously looked absolutely destroyed, like so upset and devastated that she'd lost this fight. And we were discussing it. I was like, yeah, I mean, you know, obviously she's upset. She's sad she lost it, and the English girl won. But to the Irish girl's credit, the English girl earned every fucking bit of that title. It wasn't. She didn't win it easy. She didn't get like fucking handed it. She fucking like that. The Irish girl made her earn that because it was a hell of a fight and it was incredible. Yeah. And I'm gonna probably pick up the DVDs again because they do. I've got the DVDs from the last fight night I went to see, number 3. So I'll probably get it again because it was amazing. And every single fight, because a friend of Sarah's from work came along. He's I have no idea how old he is. I think he's in his 30s. And he's a big fucking guy. He does rugby and he apparently used to do like kickboxing and shit. And me and him were getting really excited all the way through. And even him was like, yeah, I probably wouldn't fuck with those kids. They're terrifying. Like the adult fights.
I thought you were gonna say you would do them, and I was like,
oh
you
yeah,
just said they were like 12
girls. No, me and this friend of Sarah's like, I can't believe his fucking name right now. But yeah, he came last time as well. But yeah, he was like, you know, I mean, he's hench, he's huge, and even he was like, I probably wouldn't fight any of those kids. They're terrifying. Like I didn't know kids that fucking vicious and powerful when I was their age. Like it's terrifying. But yeah, that was an amazing night. It's a shame as well because there's a guy in there lot. It's HKA, it's Hastings Kickboxing Academy. Is there? Shout out is their thing. And there's a guy there who is, what's the least un-PC way of saying it, is Asian-y?
Asian-y.
He's Asian-y. I'm
not sure if that's...
Well, he's got the same surname as the guy that runs it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just like an honorary thing or if there's some kind of adoption relation or anything. I don't know. But he's of some Asian descent. I don't know what, but he's of some Asian, Chinese, Japanese descent, whereas the rest aren't. But the last two fight nights, this one and the one from a couple 6 months back, he was supposed to fight on both, but didn't on either of them. And now Sarah and Charlie have sung this guy's praises loads. But like he's so fast, he's so powerful. Like even when he's pulling his punches and being nice during the training, he's still a fucking monster. And yeah, both times they've had loads of trouble getting in fights, and both times he's wound up not being able to fight at either of these events because the people keep like they'll take one look at any sort of videos of him or anything and pull out.
Oh, I thought you meant he wasn't.
No,
choosing not to fight.
No,
so it's like, oh, is he just paying them to say good things
he's
about
really
him?
cocky.
He's not actually like
he's
good.
Apparently, and that's what I mean. Like Sarah and Charlie have said so many good things about him. I want to see it, and I was excited to see it this time. And then again, we found out apparently it was literally on Thursday. His opponent pulled out. They're like, oh yeah, apparently they Googled me and they fucking pussied out. Like me and as I say, me and this friend of Sarah's were like, fuck it, we'll fight him if he's that good. If they want us like. He could just stand there, as long as he takes it easy on me, give me one round, be nice to me for a round, and then beat the shit out of me in the second round. But if it's a chance to, I want to see how fucking good he is, and everybody else wants him to show off and stuff, fuck it, beat me up. Just, don't break anything. I want to see it. And yeah. But that was an awesome night. It does, first fight in, I was sat there like, I want to go, I need to punch something now. Like, immediately gets your adrenaline going, and especially with the kids. It's amazing. Damn good night.
Okay.
But yeah, I haven't done much else this week.
Okay.
Carl, how was your week?
I played Battlefield
Hardline.
Not much. Well, a bit of it.
It's out now, isn't it?
Sorry?
Is it out now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I had the EA Access trial.
Ooh. You and your beaters.
Oh, no, it's a proper game.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you got into the early bit. Yeah.
I did play the beta ages ago when it was out, but I was playing the trial that they released like I think it's just under a week before the full game comes out.
Okay.
EA does that with the access for any games that they release now. They do a little 10. You can play it for 10 hours, which in Dragon Age was really good for the fact that obviously it takes kind of like that amount to get into it and know what the game is.
It takes you 6 hours to build your character.
Yeah.
So you're happy with it?
And so that was good. Battlefield, I'm just playing it, and they've capped off the story, and I guess that's probably because you can beat it in 10 hours. So
it's no Order 1886 then?
Yeah, they did it in this because the storyline is it is a cop show. They have it as episodes, and they have like a next time on Hardline and all this stuff.
Cops.
And it is literally not cops. It's a like procedural drama cop show.
Police camera action.
Yeah, it's really dumb. It's like a really cheesy, stupid one. But I found it really fun. I've heard a few people I know complain about it, that they didn't like it. There's a really stupid mechanic that you can walk up to all these criminals. There's like gunfights and stuff going on. They're happy to shoot you at any moment. But if you walk up to them and flash your badge, they get stunned by the badge, by the fact that you're a cop. And then you can arrest them, which I like the fact that you can arrest them. But that's a really stupid mechanic, and especially you can do it up to 3 at a time, so you can just walk along, you sneak along, stealth along, flash your badge, and then you just arrest each one of them. You have to keep the gun trained on them, though. So they have like a little meter that if you don't have your gun on them, then they'll eventually shoot you.
I guess that makes it slightly less stupid.
But it does make it slightly less stupid, but the fact that you can do it to 3, and all you have to do, like, you could stand there for ages, all you have to do is like point on that
while you arrest them.
Yeah, and even in the time it takes for you to arrest them, they're still like, you would be arresting him, and you're not got the gun on him, obviously, and they just stand there.
Yeah,
like they're still like, oh, whatever, I'll just stand here and wait for him to arrest me. They don't try to run, or they don't try to fight back. Obviously, they fight back if their meter goes up, but at least try to run away or something. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. That seems a bit of a...
Yeah, I don't mind. There's ones you sneak up and you can smack them in the back of the head. That makes more sense. But if you did that and then arrested them or something, but it's just a bit stupid that, it's all like, I don't know. It's kind of cool, but it's really stupid as well. And there's people, like, it's all like points and stuff that you earn, and there's people who have warrants against them, and if you find them, then you can... arrest them and you get more points for it and stuff like that, which in that case it's kind of cool. But yeah, I like the idea that you can arrest people and stuff, and there's like non-violent options, especially for the fact that it's a police game. But also at the same time, it's dumb. It's really dumb. Just that mechanic is dumb. And that replaces your grenade button as well, so you don't have grenades. But it's fair enough, it's a cop thing. Cops aren't walking around with grenades. I mean, they do have automatic rifles and stuff, but...
But I love to spam grenades. Kenny will tell you that. That's why I was never allowed to play Halo.
You can't in Battlefield anyway, even online, because you only get like 1 grenade.
No, that's why I never got into Halo back in the days, because the 2 times Kenny let me play Halo 2, I somehow wound up, when you're dual wielding, and then I remember we were shooting the little... flying fuckers that I guess forget the name.
The drones.
The little things, yeah. And obviously you use both triggers to shoot them. And then, without really acknowledging it, ran out on one weapon and proceeded to just toss grenades instead. So I'm like shooting and tossing grenades, which are bouncing off of the wall because the things are fucking flying around. It's literally bouncing off the wall, going back behind us and just killing all the soldiers. And then
you're just thinking they were firing grenades at you.
What?
Were you thinking the drones were firing grenades at you?
I just didn't really acknowledge it, because I mean, I was too close for them to hit me. They were going like bouncing off and back, and then Kenny yelled at me. I was like, "What?" Like, everybody's dead. Oh, was that me? Oh, I'm sorry. And then I wasn't allowed to play Halo anymore.
Well, that's not your fault in a way. That's just a learning curve of realising what's going on. It's not like you just ran in the room and just went, ah!
Kenny is an angry person. He doesn't let me play games with him much.
Okay.
I ruin it.
I think we'll do GTA like soon, because I might buy it tomorrow if I get that money.
Yeah, you will. If. Best of luck with that.
Yeah, but yeah, I did Battlefield Online for a bit as well. I did all the modes, all these new modes, because they've done like they've changed the modes a bit from normal Battlefield. They've got Conquest on there, I think, which is the kind of standard Battlefield mode. And then they've so that's, if you don't know, that's you capture. There's 3 points on a map, and you have to capture and hold them, and that's basically it's a territories, King of the Hill kind of thing.
Okay.
And you get. They change it from a lot of games. A lot of games, it's just like the time that you have those. Like there's a clock that builds up your points.
Yeah.
This it's, like. You have them and you kill the enemy, and killing the enemy takes away the tickets, but you regenerate tickets by capturing, holding the points.
Okay.
So if you like hold them if you've got all 3, then your points will you'll be getting killed, but they'll be going back up fast anyway. But if they don't have any points, then people getting killed, it just plummets out. Yeah. And I think when all 3 are taken as well, they just start bleeding tickets as well. But they've added a bunch of new modes. They've got heists, which is obviously a heist kind of mode, supposed like cops and robbers. So you got one team playing the cops, trying to stop the heist from happening. Other ones trying to break into a vault, get the stuff, run to like a helicopter and upload it, send it to a helicopter. There's also there's heist. There's VIP. I don't think it's called VIP. But it's the classic old VIP, like Counter-Strike mode, which is 2 teams fighting. It's smaller than the normal matches, because Battlefield matches can go up to 64 people.
Yeah.
This is like I can't remember, like 6v6 or something like that, and it's no respawns, and there's one of the people on whatever team is the VIP, and you have to kill that person.
Okay.
So you can either wipe out the entire team to get to him, or you track him down and just kill him. And then there's another one which is no respawns as well, which is it's a hostage situation, and as the criminals, you can just kill the cops and then you win. Actually, either way. You have to, as the criminals, you kill the cops and you win, or I think you have to hold the hostages there for a set amount of time or something. As the cops, you have to either just kill the criminals or get the hostages and take them out. I'd prefer that mode if it was like with respawns, because it just goes way too fast. Otherwise, it's just because it's only like 6v6, and no one cares about the hostages. They just kill each other. That's it. Like. What I did when playing it was just hang around where the hostages were, because it's the only marker you've got on the map for someone to, I'll head that direction.
Yeah.
I mean, like, people do appear on your mini-map when they shoot or make a noise, but I just hide around there and just hide around a corner and basically just camp it. But unless my team's winning and I can see... when I see someone on the radar, when I see them pop up, I'll run out there and go and kill them. But because it's no respawns, I don't want to just run around the corner and just get shot.
Yeah.
So I kind of play it a bit more safer. I did very well on that day. The stupidest mode in it, which is quite fun, is called Hotwire, and it's basically the same as Conquest, but with cars.
Okay.
So it's the points are moving around. You've got to hijack a car, and you just drive around the map, and it's also crossed with like the movie Speed, so you've got to keep up the speed as well as you're going around. So you can't just sit the car somewhere. You have to be moving and driving.
Pub quiz hot shot.
And it's really stupid. Just like the story, because obviously they all have a kind of story set to them. It's like this. Well, this is a heist. You're just doing a heist. They have to relate it to cops and criminals, as they call it, like sense. So Hotwire is basically these criminals trying to steal these cars. But as the cops, you're trying to stop them from stealing a car. So what does a cop do when he's trying to stop someone stealing a car? Steals the car himself.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah, and then not only did they steal these cars, they don't actually like take them anywhere. They just drive around the map for like 10 minutes until they're going to get bored now and walk away. So
it seems like the kind of thing I'd do.
Yeah, it really doesn't make sense. It's a fun mode, but just the idea of it doesn't make any sense. The real world kind of thing. There's also blood money, I forgot as well, which is there's like a stack of money, and you both teams basically, again, storyline wise, it doesn't really make that much sense. Cops have to get this money as evidence. Criminals have to get the money as their money. And there's just a stack of money, and everyone just runs up, and you just grab money, put it in your bag, run to your vault, put it in a vault. The enemy team can steal from your vault.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when I played it, the first time I played it, no one cared about each other. Either team, it was just like a race of who can put the money in, because, there's a set amount of, you get a set score that is technically like infinite money in there, and you can only carry a certain amount. So it's literally just running up, grabbing that. The only time anyone fought was when they were like two teams were running at the thing and got there at the same time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they wouldn't be trying to do anything like go and shooting each other. So it kind of seemed like a bit stupid. The other time I played it though was quite a bit better, where there was a team actually protecting the money, and they were really good. They were like some clan, and they were protecting the money from you actually getting to it to try to steal it. But when you do it that way, when you're not necessarily getting loads of money yourself, your thing doesn't get up to, there's 150 whatever, I don't know, 1,000 I guess, is the like win point.
Yep.
Otherwise it's like 10-12 minutes or something. So if you're not going to 150, you just have to wait out the timer
For the
so that's all they were doing, but pretty much was. And then I did see them, we had got some money. It took us ages to get in there. They were really good. We eventually got through and like got loads of money. Loads of people got it back to the vault. And then they were doing that. And the reason why we had got in there better and was able to get more money was because they changed their tactics. And I saw them, a bunch of them had gone around in a van and gone to our vault and was stealing all the money out of our vault. But luckily I'd just gone to put my stuff there. And I was running away, and then I just saw this van turn up, and they didn't see me. So just like I saw them all loading up, I just mowed them all down.
Nice.
And then just waited there for a bit, and they turned up again. I just mowed them all down again.
Foiled the tactic.
Yeah, but if I hadn't been there for that one moment, they would have won because of that.
They would have got away with it.
Just because they would have got all our money without any, because no one was there. Like they had enough people at the thing, so it's still a fight. Like trying to get the money. Yeah. It wasn't just us running in and running out again. But yeah, it was quite fun. Just that mode, I don't know, it just seems like it doesn't have much substance to it, because it is pretty much either just waiting out the clock or everyone just running back and forwards and back and forwards. Right.
The game as a whole, it does look good. I mean, I never got around to playing Battlefield 4, and I never really thought that much of Battlefield 3. If I remember doing a review of it for a long ass time ago, doing a review of it. But yeah, I'm sure. I mean, at the moment, obviously, it's still new, so you're still looking at like 55, 60 quid for it. Yeah. I might see about picking it up off somebody, like I've done with all these other games that I keep buying. Yeah,
I've still got about 7 hours or so with the game to play, and I've played it a fair bit. Obviously, I've played 3 hours worth.
Yeah.
So I don't know. By the 10 hours running out, I might just be like, I can, like, I'm done with it for a while and pick it up later. I do like it, so I would like to have it, but
yeah, I mean that's why I've bought. I've now got like 14, 15 games on my Xbox One, because people keep putting them for sale on these pages on Facebook, and I'm like, well, it's normally 45, 50 quid in our local gaming establishment, or this person's selling it for 20. Fuck it, I'll pick it up for 20.
So
it might be pre-owned, but as long as it works.
Yeah.
Plus, the upside to that, is then, if it doesn't work,
sorry,
it's working.
No, I just can't see what the time is on it.
It's Chico time. If I pick up a game,
so
9 times out of 10, well, all of them except one, and props for that one, but all of them except one, it's just been come pick it up from my front door sort of thing. So at least then, if it doesn't work, I know where they live.
Yeah.
Although one, it was quite funny. One I picked up, and they met me just on a random road. They're like, oh, it's this road. Can you, meet me here? I was like, sure, whatever. And it turned out the kid was like 12. Now the game wasn't a 12-year-old's game. The game was an adult game, but who am I to judge? But he was like 12, and I turned up at the place, and I was like, so I'm here, and they were like, yeah, we're just coming. I was like, we? Cool, okay. And I was there for a while, just sort of standing like a lemon. And eventually I got another message. And they're saying, "Is are you in whatever it was I was wearing?" I was like, "Yep." yeah, that's me. Whether you obviously see me. Where the hell are you? And basically, it was the
just
kids.
a red dot appears.
It was I mean, shit. I don't even remember what the game was, but it was like I was getting it for like 15 quid. It was one of the fucking not Vikings. It was something. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, it turned out that this kid, who it was like 12, was sitting like over the road in a car with his mum, and I'm guessing her friend, because they're both like adults. But so they'd obviously. This guy seems
Fair
dodgy.
enough.
He might, he's got a beard. He'll probably stab you and take your game anyway. I'm like, it's fair assumption. I give off the stabber vibe.
Well, you might be a rapist, is also.
I could also be a stabby rapist. I mean, I'm not, but I've always been told. Like, I used to, even when I was like 14, and even more of a scruffy oik than I am now. I used to regularly get stopped by the police and or town wander aroundy people just because I look dodgy. They're like, "You look dodgy. Got any drugs?" No. Carry on. Like that was used to be a more common thing. On more than one occasion, back when I was like 14, 15, got stopped by people who asked if I was homeless and offered to buy me a drink or something. Like, that's a genuine thing. I didn't think. I mean, I know I was a scruffy oik, but I genuinely had people like ask me if I was all right and if I was homeless. More than once. I was like, wow, I need a haircut and a shave and some better looking,
a bath.
Possibly some better clothes and a bath and a. But I guess I still look scary looking.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was wearing a hoodie at the time, so it's fair. It's a fair assumption.
Well, I just think it's fair of any if your 12-year-old kid's going to meet any random adult, just that they don't know really.
Especially
whatever you look like. Should we talk about the Attack on Titan thing?
Nah, sounds gay.
Cool.
I'm a bit excited.
Yeah. The Attack on... the first thing we saw was, like, I don't know, Sony have registered a Attack on Titan website.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's, like, anything to do with this film. But they did that, and then a bunch of people were like, oh, what could it be? Could it be a game? And I was like, well, this is going to be the thing that definitely makes me get a PS4 if it was a game.
Especially if it's anything like the PC one.
Yeah. And then I started hearing more people say about this live action film that was getting made, and I was like, oh, I don't really know if it would work. The Titans are a bit weird looking, so would they really work in like a live action setting? And then someone sent me this video of a car advert with Titans chasing this car.
It's so funny!
And it's really good.
It
actually looked really good. And I was like...
the Titans looked like the Titans.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, if that's how they look, but a little bit better, just like bit better production, I would be happy to watch a film. And then, a few days ago, the first, like, trailer
teaser
thing for this...
came out, yeah.
It was on a Japanese TV show. And it was just a teaser. It was like 10 seconds long, the whole thing. But in the video, it kept repeating it.
Yeah.
And I watched it the whole way through in case they added like an extra one scene or something. But it looked amazing. It looked so good.
I'm excited.
I'm just waiting for Hollywood to then make an American version and ruin it.
I mean, it's quite funny, as daft as it sounds, there's actually been controversy surrounding it. First and foremost, all the cast are Asian.
Well, yeah.
Well, not all the characters are Asian.
Who's not Asian? Oh, well, yeah, I guess. No, they don't have a country.
No, I know, but
there's no like
Asian looking,
country.
And not all the characters are drawn to look Asian looking.
Oh right, yeah. I guess like there's like those
like Hans and that, they don't look.
Yeah, they do have more
Asian-y.
of like they have more of like a European look about them.
Yeah, but and apparently like one of the characters, I forget which one it was, one of the girls who has sort of light brown / blonde hair in the anime and manga, has black hair in the trailer.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Yeah, that's what my opinion. But and of course the other thing as well that people have brought up is that it seems to be set modern day, whereas obviously Attack on Titan, it's all swords and horses and whatnot.
What was modern day about it?
It's a city rather than a, like, it looks like a modern day, like New York style modern day city.
I didn't see that. I saw it look like a... I need to rewatch this because what I saw in that bit was a shanty town.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I think that's what I didn't think too much of it. I mean, even then, if it's got a modern ring to it, then
I don't really get they.
We should rewatch it in a minute.
The thing is, they have said that Attack on Titan. They've never said like that it's old. They said that they had an existing civilization, and then they basically, in my mind, it wasn't, the world wasn't like medieval. It was more than it is.
I mean, they've got cannons and shit, so...
Yeah, it was just that they've lost... I swear they said they lost technology because the Titans beat them down so much that they had to withdraw behind these walls. And obviously you're going to lose a lot of the people that know how to build this shit.
But it's...
And like, the whole grappling hook stuff, that's gas canister powered. That's all... That's not like medieval stuff.
The ODM gear.
So I forgot what it's called.
Omnidirectional maneuver gear. It's so great. Basically, what they've done is gone, how can we make Spider-Man realistic? There you go. Now they can move like Spider-Man, but with a realistic explanation.
Yeah.
Sort of realistic explanation. All sorts of shit. Oh, it's just so cool. It's funny as well. I felt...
And those swords are definitely not manufactured like they would have been in the old days. They're definitely like factory made.
Well, the fact that I mean, they've got the gas.
Yeah, and those swords are made to split and. So
and they can literally fire you drop the blades and click the new one. Yeah, I mean, I said, who was I? I think I was talking to somebody from Game the other day, and I momentarily felt like a douche until I sort of explained my sentence. But I was discussing Attack on Titan with somebody in Game, and I can't think who it was. And because a customer that was in front of me or something was wearing one of the hoodies, like the green hoodie with the logo on the back.
Yeah.
And I commented on it, and we were just chatting about it. Now, my sentence that I didn't think about when I said it was. I started watching Attack on Titan before it became really cool, which sounds really hipstery. Exactly, but that's not what I like. What I then explained it was, I was like, oh yeah, right, fucking. Oh, I saw it before it was cool. I was there before it became a thing. I was like, no. What I meant was, it was completely. I'd never paid any attention to it. It was not on my radar at all. There was no way I would have sort of stumbled across it at the time. But you and Paul. Kept insisting that I watch it and the game and the manga, and it was amazing. And you kept insisting, and eventually I gave in and watched it. And up until the point, it'd not been on my radar, with the exception of you and Paul nagging me about it. Once I watched it, it's almost at the exact same time I finished it and was like, "Holy shit, that was amazing!" Then it blew up, and went everywhere. So it wasn't like, I watched it before it was cool. It was like it wasn't on my radar until I watched it, and then at the time
So you're saying you made it cool?
I am the reason that Attack on Titan is as big as it is.
Oh, this podcast, because we were pretty much releasing our first few episodes at the same time as it was releasing.
It's true. So it's our fault.
Yeah.
So Attack on Titan have us to thank. As I say, I mean, I guess the best way to describe it was that when everyone was discovering it and allowing it to blow up, I was just one of those people discovering it and allowing it to blow up.
Yeah.
But the way I accidentally worded it was like, oh yeah, I watched it before, it was cool, bad.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, it was a douchey hipster sentence, I didn't mean it, I take it back.
Well, they did, I mean, it was never like exactly small, because before it came out, it was big advertising like Crunchyroll, and it was like, this anime is about to start, and it wasn't even like it had already come out in Japan. It was, so there was a big marketing move in Japan, obviously, and that had gone over to Crunchyroll as well. So, I mean, it was inevitable that it was going to get big. It was never a small thing that no one knew about. But yeah, obviously in America, it was only Crunchyroll really advertising it. It's not like in Japan where it'd be advertised everywhere.
Well,
so it was kind of a more slower growth, because it's a lot more relies a lot more on word of mouth.
Yeah. Well, I now appreciate how successful it's got, because I have now both heard and seen / read people bitching about how it's really shit. It's not as good as everyone makes it out to be, and it's so mainstream.
Yeah, I've heard that same thing.
It's like oh well, it's like, oh, you're not even a real anime fan just because you watch things like Attack on Titan and Naruto. Yeah. That's like, well, fucking mainstream bullshit. You don't watch any of these cool things. Like, what do you watch? Oh, I watch this thing that only me and 17 other people have ever seen or heard of. Fuck you, it's good. But I've heard more read obviously than online. But yeah, people are like, oh no, it's a load of shit. It's not everyone makes it out to be this great thing. No, it is. It is great. Yeah. You're just being fucking Mackie about it. Oh, it's so mainstream. Fuck it. Yeah.
Piss
off.
A lot of people there is a reason why stuff becomes mainstream and popular and big. Because they're good.
That's what always used to like people like Mackie. No offense, Mackie. I know you're not listening, but people like Mackie really fuck me off because. And actually, one of our previous co-hosts used to do this, and it used to wind me up. Is where they'd bitch and moan about bands or anything that sell out and go mainstream. Like, oh, their band, they used to be cool, but then they sold out and got a record label, and now they're fucking mainstream and they're bullshit. Fuck them. I'd never do that. So you're telling me that you're doing something that you love, it's starting to make you money, and then somebody offers you a fuck ton of money to continue to do what you love. You turn it down because you didn't want to go mainstream and sell out? Fuck you!
Yeah.
Fuck that. That's bullshit. It's not. You just hate it. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, I used to like that band, but then they got signed. What? So they got more successful.
Yeah.
So fuck them for being successful and achieving their dreams of getting their fucking
Yeah, that's
band
what they're obviously aiming at. Like,
exactly.
To do it as a job rather than a hobby.
Yeah. But no, yeah. Noah was one of the people. Mackie is worse, but always winds me up when they come out with that shit. They're like, oh, well, they're so mainstream now. They sold out. They were really cool and nobody knew them, but now that they're successful, fuck them. Fuck you.
It's fair enough if
bitter.
if a band, if it changes completely, like,
like
everything about them, like, yeah, their style, everything changes once, like, they get big. But when, like, that's a very rare case, and that's also usually they were deciding on doing that themselves in a way, like, they were changing. Bands change over time, people change over time, so their music taste and what they want to make changes. But yeah, there's a rare occasion. It's not really, rarely ever happens with a band. It's maybe like pop stuff where a record label will go out and find some woman and then completely recreate her image and recreate who she is. It happens with men as well, but it's more. I'm just thinking this particular one of who was the singer that died recently? Not Amy Winehouse.
Pop singer or?
Like soul, R&B, pop. Really big.
Like young or? They were old person that died.
Fairly young, like.
I don't.
30s, 40s. Not really young, but. I can't remember who it is, but that she basically was like a completely different person, and they changed everything about her and wouldn't let her speak out in public properly or do any of this stuff. They just changed everything about her to make her what she was, and that's like the case of like selling up. But that's not even like that's not even like that's you being I'm about to get famous for what I love doing, and then people kind of almost brainwashing you in a way that's like, this is what you need to do, this is what you want to do, and just moulding them and changing them. Well, I mean, it's not like a band or a person chooses, like, I mean, like some people choose, I'm going to do this certain thing because it's a popular thing, it'll get me known, but still, whatever.
To reach a certain level of success, changes would need to be. I mean, I am still a fan of the old wrestling show, for example. Again, people like Mackie make the same bitching comments about stuff like that. Love a bit of the old wrestling. It is pretty cheesy nowadays. It is PG nowadays, and you still get fucking immature. Granted, they're all like their mid-30s now, but they're still behaving like bitter 14-year-olds. That oh fuck PG WWE. They used to be so much cooler in the Attitude Era in the 90s. Like, right, yeah, there's that. But now they're making shows. It's PG, and they're making the show for adults, men and women, and children. Their viewership is fucking millions times more than it used to be. Just because fucking bloodthirsty children like yourselves want swearing, weapons, blood, 90s wrestling doesn't mean it's like yeah, they changed their style and now they're 1,000 times more successful. Yeah. They get, their viewership's through the roof. They've got their own television network now, internet television network thing. They're doing fantastically well. Why? Because they changed their style to meet the needs of the people they were trying to reach. And they could have carried on the path they were going, but look at WCW. How did that work out for them? Okay, and look what TNA did.
This whole idea of changing yourself for someone else or to become popular in some way, this does lead me on to our next bit.
Segue!
It really
Accidental
does.
segue.
It works well. So we're going to move on to sex sells.
I'm so confused.
So, basically,
I don't know where I am in the world.
I was only planning on having one sex sales this episode, but what I forgot to mention earlier was this is episode 69. So I had to. That's why before the podcast I realised that, and I had to quickly find another sex sales story to go at the start. But this one I was going to mention at the start, but it's quite a big topic, so I wanted to. It really is. I spoke to you about this yesterday. And it's the only one that actually makes sense for the title of sex sales that we've done, and
it's not more ponies, is it?
no, it's basically there's a controversy that's happened online about Twitch and female streamers.
Oh, that's right.
And basically, like, should women show skin, and if they are they just like attention whores and stuff like that?
Clickbait.
Basically, I kind of agreed with that to an extent.
Boo.
That women.
Everybody knows that boobies and gaming goes together perfectly.
I did kind of. I thought, yeah, a lot of women do that to get views on streams and stuff. And then I looked into it more, and that's actually not the case. It rarely happens, and it rarely does do anything. I watched. I might be a bit biased because I did just watch this one thing. I haven't watched. There's one guy who started this whole thing off. I mean, it's always a topic that bubbles under the surface, but someone blew it up to like the mainstream gaming community thing. Can't remember what his name is. Sky something. Mullard.
No idea.
Something like that. He's a streamer. He basically made a YouTube video having to go at women for like wearing low cut tops. And basically before I watched this as well, I'd like made my mind like I'd seen people post on groups and stuff saying, oh, women, like I'd seen women post and stuff like, oh, women shouldn't like be exposing themselves just for views. And then I started finding out what he was like talking about, and it's like tank tops and stuff like that. And it's like,
fuck you!
Women can wear what the fuck they want
If
to wear.
If they were fucking gaming naked or topless or fucking in bras.
If it's a boob cam and the webcam's like facing down at their boobs, fair fucking enough. Like they're clearly doing that for views. But like if it's just them wearing a fucking low cut top or something, then that's up to them.
Just thought of something I'm going to show you now, but yes,
and then so I found out about that, and then annoyingly, I don't really like Kotaku too much, like some of their stuff, but some things they get, they do a lot of opinion posts and stuff, and there was one saying, why is everyone blowing up about this, and then it explained what's going on, and there's some good bits in there that they talk about, but the main thing was they had a video to Dodger,
my future wife,
yeah, famous Let's Player YouTuber Dodger. She
Doogles.
And some other like streamers and stuff that don't really do YouTube appeared on a show called if I can find it. One sec. Hey, if you just wait a second, I'll just find this and then so we're going on a break quickly just while I try and find this on here because the thing's not being patient with me. Well, I'm not being patient with it. So we're back to from break, not to the break. So I just got this list that I want to talk about. So the podcast, it was a like YouTube podcast that I was talking about, is called Dropped Frames, and it was just a special episode for female streamers talking about the issue, and it's really interesting for other stuff as well. They were just talking about like being a streamer, setting up and being like female and how to deal with a lot of stuff, and it was really good. If you are a female who wants to become a streamer and do streaming stuff, it was just a good thing to watch in a way, even without the talk about the other stuff in it. It was a really interesting podcast, even for males as well. It's really interesting, but yeah, they obviously make the point of them talking about it was to talk about this issue, and yeah, they were really saying how little of a issue it really is, and as the more they were talking about it, the more they were showing stuff, I really realised what it was. The fact that I thought like pretty much the majority of women who were popular on Twitch were having their boobs out in some way. Like obviously not actually flashing them, but
yeah, like
I thought, oh yeah, a lot of them are. It was just, I don't know, this idea that was put in my head, and I thought back and realised I have never seen a thumbnail or anything on Twitch that has made me, that would solidify that thought.
Yeah,
that I've never seen any. I've seen a few female streamers on there, and none of them have ever been like that or acted like that. And one of the points that shows that even if that was the case, that it wouldn't be working is the fact in the top 100 streamers, only 8 of them are women. So that's 8% of it is women.
And they're only there because they get their boobs out all the time.
Clearly. And there's just not.
What's the thing? I mean, like,
it just doesn't seem to be the case at all with it.
I watch quite a lot of, a few at least, of like female YouTubers.
Yeah.
A lot of whom do gaming and things, but they're not like the age-old cliche of just some girl in her underwear pretending to know about video games sort of things.
Yeah.
Like they know their shit, and yeah, people like you've got like Dodger, Melanie Mac, Panzer from Trade Chat and stuff like that I watch, and they know their shit. And it's not like I'm a girl, I've got boobs, watch my video while I pretend to know how to play video games. It's not Justine, who is terrible. But yeah, and like it's funny as well because I've seen. Like I've come across those kind of people where they are literally like a girl. Yes, there are those girls out there. They're wearing a low cut top. They're pretending to know how to play Call of Duty.
Yeah.
As I say, Justine is a big culprit of this. She has a whole gaming channel and she is shit. But she looks how she looks and plays video games. Which, I mean, I could be wrong about her. I could also be stereotyping her, but this is sort of in my experience of her. Whereas I'll watch people like Dodger, who I love watching her because she sounds like me when she's playing video games, so she'll be doing stuff, and she's not there making a video and like flirting with the camera. She's sitting there going, "You son of a bitch, come here! I'm gonna fucking run you through my fuck you! Did you kill me? Bullshit!" And like, I don't know, it turns me on. I find myself getting aroused by Dodger swearing at video games. But yeah, like there's the girls that I watch, and they are worse than half the guys I watch for like the content stuff. So they're not sitting there going, "I played a video game" sort of thing, which is like the stereotype. They're gamers that happen to have boobs.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Justine, I don't know if like
I'm just hating on her, but no, she does.
People might, if she acts like that, people just might generally like her for the personality, or people might be there for that. But they do point out that a lot of people who do that or something, or if they try to do that, you don't actually get sustainable viewers from doing it. You do have to still produce good content.
Yeah, no, she. I mean, Justine, she's one of the ones that YouTube automatically subscribes you to. I did used to watch her stuff and then I just got bored of it, but she's one of these people that people hate on for, like, not so much hating like Twitch wise, but when people hate on YouTubers because she's got her main channel where she puts up her videos, then she has a vlog channel, then she has an iPhone channel, and she has a gaming channel, and it's obviously, I mean, granted, like people like her, people like I don't know, like Tobuscus and PewDiePie, who have like 7 channels because for every channel is a different subject-ish, and they're getting huge amounts of revenue for every single one, and people subscribe to every single one. Yeah. But from what I've seen of her gaming videos, she is horrendous. She's horrible, but she's making it because people want to watch a girl play video games. Yeah. But she doesn't seem like, she seems...
I don't know, if you're...
That's the opposite, like, she doesn't seem like a girl gamer, she seems like a girl that plays games.
I mean, if people are already invested in her and her personality and away from other stuff, then I guess it's kind of fair enough, but yeah, I don't know if... I
could be completely wrong about it. That's just been my experience of her ones. But yeah, whereas that's her, and then she just seems to sort of not have any idea what she's doing or be any good at it, as opposed to people like Dodger, like Melanie Mac, who are awesome at it, but also like have fucking mouths like sailors, and it's amazing, and they know their shit.
Yeah.
Like, and that's evident very quickly, whereas my opinion of Justine was sort of built after a lot of attempting to watch her stuff. Because I used to watch some of her vlogs and stuff, because she does still do some funny videos, like actual content stuff, not vlogs or gaming stuff. Some of her just content stuff from her main channel is good, and it is funny, or it's amusing. But then, yeah, it's some of these people that have their side channels that they're just there to make money. They're not there for any other purpose.
See, I was thinking, this is a weird thought, like, I was thinking that a lot of people think that women are just trying to show off their boobs all the time for whatever reason, because they're there. Yeah. They're right there. They attract the eye as well. But if men had, like, their dick was on their chest or on their head, a lot of them keep it on their face, then I feel it would be the same for them, because it's in the shot. Yeah. Like, I have, when I do my videos, it's shoulder length down. I don't have it just on my face.
Yeah, I mean, we're making this podcast. Like, if we had boobs, our boobs would be in the shot.
Yeah.
When we have like Liz or Jenny on, they have boobs. They're in the shot.
Yeah.
But we're not using them as like, watch our videos because boobies.
Yeah. But yeah, so I feel like a lot of people just, they see it and they're like, there's boobs. So clearly she's just trying to do it with her boobs. And it's like, Well, I mean, if she was playing a game with her boobs, that'd be very impressive.
As a
They
skill.
get views with the boobs.
There's a circus with her name on it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I was really like before. I did think, oh, a lot of women do this, but when I found out how little women there are doing like big on Twitch anyway, and realizing I've spent a fair amount of time on Twitch and I've never actually seen anything myself, and anything like this. It's all just almost hearsay of that. It's like a myth that women do it. And sure, there's going to be a some, but the problem a lot of people have, I've realised the guy's name's Sky Williams, I found it on here, and that made this original YouTube video just basically slamming women, saying that they do it and that it's making all women bad because they do it. And it's like, one, don't lump all women together, but also the women, like a lot of these women's point is that they are all together, and that if you're saying like it's one woman's, like they're basically saying about oh, don't do it, just be a legit streamer, and a bunch of them saying there's no such thing as a legit streamer. You talk shit on one of us, you're talking shit on all of us, which I don't necessarily agree with that fact, but if that's the way they feel, then that's how they feel. But it's also, I guess, with women, it's a lot more of a community because they are a minority in the streaming and YouTube and gaming YouTuber sense, because there's a fuckload less of them than there are male ones. Yeah. So yeah, I guess like you do build up kind of like a camaraderie and community around it all. So yeah, it just seems that it's nowhere near as bad as people make it out to be, and people are choosing things that they like really shouldn't to complain about, like with this stuff. Like one of the girls on that podcast is a admin for Twitch, and she runs like the Twitch subreddit and stuff. Yeah. And she said that when Twitch changed the rules to that you couldn't not wear a top and all this stuff, like a year or so ago, or whenever it was, loads of people just started sending like, oh, this person should be banned from Twitch for this, and she was like, what are you talking about? Like, there's nothing at all going on here. Like, and the rules are vague in a way, but like that doesn't mean that people can't wear low-cut top. If I wore a tank top, would that be so bad? Like,
you're trying to entice boys.
Yeah. Trying to entice old men to
pervy old men to come and
watch me
perv on you.
No, it just means that I'm probably really hot and like don't want to wear a t-shirt or a top properly.
If you're doing it naked, that's a whole other.
Yeah, that really would be a different thing if that was the case, and that has happened in the past. But so that's why a lot of these rules came in, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I guess I don't want to be like, oh, I'm just backing up what these people said, or like I listened to one set of people and looked at it. I read quite a few bits into it, and I don't really want to regurgitate a lot of it just because we're low on time as well.
Yeah.
But I think everyone should watch that video of, I forgot his name, Dropped Frames. I don't know what episode it was. It was just called Special Episode. And I didn't know about any of the women that were on it apart from Dodger before. And
I'll have a look.
I'm going to have a look at these other ones. There is one on there called Casey Tron. I had heard her name before. And
Joe looks at some of the names.
Yeah, I'd heard her name before, and I think I'd heard it in the sense of like, oh, she does play up to the camera. She does. She's pretty much like a stereotype of that thing. But you don't know, I guess, unless you look into her or look at her channel or anything.
Yeah,
it's satire. She does a lot of satire and comedy stuff.
Yeah.
And apparently there's a lot of people that do believe that she just goes out and acts like this, and that's.
I mean, I've watched like some of these streams with Dodger and her friends and stuff. I've watched them before, and I wouldn't. Yeah, just. Yeah,
she's proving even more that it's satire. She did. You heard of Patreon, like the thing where it's the monthly Kickstarter kind of thing, where if you want this content and you pay like so and so amount, and she did a Patreon thing, and she put. There's not many women streamers or something, and clearly I'm more unique than everyone else, so I think I deserve money. and then did all this did this whole post of just taking a piss. Basically, it was just a complete satire post, and then the amounts to pay were 1,000, 5,000, and 10,000. So clearly,
it's obviously a piss take. Yeah.
And then she did say I didn't connect it to a PayPal, so you can't even actually give money. And there's still people that think that's serious. And
people are stupid.
Yeah,
people just love to complain.
They
be
do.
assholes.
They do. I don't want anyone to use cheap tactics to get views, but also if that is part of their personality or what they want to do, then fine, that's up to them. But yeah,
So be it.
it's not as big of a deal as it's been made out to be in the past, and as it's still being made out to be, it seems. And yeah, everything that I've looked up into the last few days just proves that even more. Yeah, it seems a lot ridiculous about it. So yeah, I was just looking into bits, but yeah, I don't know what to else more to say.
Stop using your boobs for views.
Or start, maybe.
Or start, yeah. It's nonsense.
Yeah.
Clickbait.
Yeah, it's clickbait.
I mean, we're only saying this because we're bitter, because despite our best efforts, we can't get any of the girls that come on the podcast to take their tops off for the purposes of views. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's all we
Thanks,
want
Liz and
is
Jenny.
just boobs for views. So. Yeah, there's
look at this nice pair of boobs right here.
there is the other side of it, that there's a lot of more guys being complete arseholes and going on people's streams and being like boobs or GTFO.
I mean, that's why you have the ability. They have the ability on Twitch to silence or kick people from the chat.
Yeah, there was they did a long discussion, or actually a medium length discussion about that kind of thing on the chat, and what kind of policies a lot of them put into it, and they have alternate views on what it is, whether you should just straight up blacklist people banned straight away, or if you should try and actually get them involved in it, and because a lot of people, they're just genuine, and people just want attention, so people complain because it's the easiest way to get attention,
isn't it?
Negative attention is still attention, unfortunately. So yeah, that's the podcast for this week then. So thank you all for watching. I am Carl Lipscomb. You can find me on the internet Find me on the internet by the name of Carl is Awesome. Again, I was joined by Dom, and you can find him in places on the internet as Only Dom Giles, and also robotpunchgaming.com
at Only Dom Giles,
and at RBT Punch on Twitter. So thank you all for watching. Follow me. Okay.